What's going on, guys? It's Chili Games back again with some more Battlefield 1. This video is going to help you snipe, but more on that, it's sniping with iron sights. So guns like the Martini, all of like the infantry variants of those guns. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be. A little short clip here. I had a gameplay of some domination that didn't record, and I was so upset. So just conjured up this one real quick. So tip number one is going to be to turn your zoom or your, I guess your zoom on your weapon to 1.00. That's going to be a huge one, and a tip to go along with that is don't play with the bayonet because it makes you lift your gun up a lot slower. So when you're using a gun like the Martini Henry, it's been nerfed a little bit, so you'll get a lot more hit markers instead of kills. But before the patch, it was just incredible. But anyways, so you're gonna need all the time you can get, and with this Martini or any kind of infantry rifle, you're gonna want to you're gonna have to use your pistol a lot. So you're gonna shoot him real quick, and then you're gonna switch to your pistol really quick. So the best way to do that is to have your zoom on 1.00. It allows you to zoom in a lot quicker, and also without the bayonet you can zoom in so much quicker. And just think of yourself as like quickscoping with this gun. And an easier way to get used to that is when you're playing, constantly be hitting your marker button to where you can mark enemy players. Because if you can notice that little red icon, all you have to do is just center up your crosshairs on that, and it makes it a lot easier for you to pinpoint your targets. And with this gun like the Martini, the bullet velocity is slower, so you're better off, instead of aiming in for a few seconds, you're better off at just taking those shots like that. And with it almost looks like a quickscope is what you're doing. And the third tip was to always be moving. You know, you see people that are like sniping and they'll lay down like hundreds of yards away, and you can just see that big old like glint from their scope, and it's like, what are you doing? So if you're going to be up close like this, and if you're playing the sweet spot, which you should do with the Martini, really, because it's impossible elsewhere, you are going to have to be very quick. And when you're doing that, if you're sitting there at 30 or 50 or 80 meters away and you're just standing there, you're going to get picked off, or you're just going to get dominated by these other players with their assault rifles and stuff like that. Because all you really need is this little split second for you to get that shot off, and that one shot can be the kill. Or you can just simply take like one shot, get a hit marker, switch to your pistol. I prefer the from or stop because you can pull it out faster, and like all you need is like 7 or sometimes like less than that damage to kill somebody. And yeah, so that's basically the 3 tips. Number 1 is to turn your zoom down to 1. Half of that tip is really don't use the bayonet because it decreases your time to pull up your weapon. Always hold down your marking button, because you see in this video here, you're just drawn to those little icons. You can just take those little pot shots and you can kill them really fast, especially with this like little quick scope method. Number 3 is always be moving, because you're just going to get picked off, because this weapon really, it got buffed again, which I'm really happy about, because it was basically unusable when they nerfed it, and I was really upset because this weapon really kind of like makes the game different. Because like all the guns in this game, there's not a lot, especially compared to previous Battlefields, and they're just like different variants. So it's the same gun, just different variant, but this thing is just absolutely different. If you don't have this gun, you know, like, it's definitely worth grinding for again. I know when they nerfed it, people were really upset, and I was upset too, because it's different. It's hard to use. Like, if you're stuck in that little area where you're coming up on a guy with a Hell Regal, and you're sitting there and you have 1 bullet to shoot at him, and if you miss him, you know, you're pretty much dead. But if you can hit him with that 90 damage, all you need to do is hit him with 1 pistol bullet, and it really it makes people mad sometimes. I get some people raging in the comments. And another thing that I don't get is when people will criticize like snipers. Like, I got called out for like camping or whatnot, but it's really not camping in this game, especially with this sweet spot mechanic. If you're playing within that range, you're not camping. I mean, you can camp, you can like stay in this one little spot, but they did a really good job of sniping in this game with the sweet spot. And if you're playing in that, like, I don't see the problem. But yeah, that was just a quick little video on the tips how to use this gun. This really works for the Martini's probably harder to use. All the infantry variants of the other snipers have a higher like bullet velocity, so it's a little bit easier. But this thing I just feel like has a better like one-shot kill, I don't know, feeling and ability, I feel like. So yeah, that was my few tips on how to get better at sniping. If you found this video helpful at all, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting a lot of content on just Battlefield, and coming up we have some Ghost Recon, which comes out the 7th. I'm going to be doing some, maybe a live playthrough of that, some Let's Play. So yeah, that's coming up. I'm going to let this gameplay roll on. It's got a few more minutes maybe, but thank you guys for everything. Love you. Bye.